Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. I've ruined my setup. Destroyed it all. So
never mind. Looks good from here.
Thanks. If I start syncing those, as I was saying, just I'll
just come with you. It's okay.
We'll just move the whole screen. But anyway, Shannon, thanks for joining us on the show. It's good to see you, my friend. It's been a little while.
It's so lovely to be here and so great to see you. I've watched many of your episodes and I'm a big fan of what you do. So It's absolutely lovely to be chatting with you.
Awesome. Well, of course, MoonDoll Festival is back and bigger than ever this year. And man, it's one hell of a lineup. There you go. Look at that.
Yes, here's something I prepared earlier.
Woo!
Yes. Yes. Yep. You want me to? Yeah. Okay. I didn't want to talk over the top of you.
No, that's all right. It's late. It's a late Monday evening.
Oh, look, I was being polite. Yes, MoonDoll Festival, Saturday, June 4th at the Mansfield Tavern, which is just such an iconic venue. Anyone who knows the Manny Tav, especially from 70s and 80s, all the big bands, anyone that was anyone played there. So, like AC/DC and Skyhooks and all that whole vibe of bands used to play there a lot back in the day.
Oh, way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If
you research who has played at the Rock Arena stage at the Mansfield Tavern, even No Doubt played there. Obviously, it's the home of Violent Soho. That's their stomping ground. But yeah, before Soho, there was just a huge array of bands that played there, anyone who was anyone. So it's got some history, which appealed to me about using it as a venue. So yeah, MoonDoll Festival is at Mansfield Tavern, and I've got, where do I even start? 27 bands, which are all listed there. That's the other reason I've got this in front of me, because look, I know I booked them all, but when you're chatting, sometimes your brain just stops for a minute and that other band that I love, what are they called? It's all here. And then I've got some different elements to it this year too, which I'm sure we'll get to, but I'll stop for a minute.
All right. No, I love it. I'm all about it. But of course, is this number 3 or number 4?
Well, look, yes, it is number 3. It should be number 4 or 5, I think. But there's this thing called COVID that affected things for everyone. So the year before last was cancelled completely. And then last year's was changed a lot to accommodate not being able to have interstate bands and not being able to have bands from New Zealand and bands getting sick last minute and all sorts of things. So last year's was very different to what it had initially been planned to be, but it ended up being amazing anyway. And yeah, everyone who took part in it last year, I am so grateful to, because we pulled it off.
Absolutely.
Somehow.
Against all odds. I mean, the world is going crazy right now, and that's all we need. We need some positive vibes. We need some music. We need some good tunes. And man, I've got to say, this lineup is stacked. Yeah, I know you're holding the flyer up. But I'm very old and blind, so I'm like trying to read the thing. But you've got Kaosis, headlining, one of the best live bands ever.
I'm very excited about them. So I don't know how exactly that band and I became such good friends, but we did. I think as soon as I met them, as soon as I saw them live on stage, I was literally blown away. It was definitely one of those moments where you're just standing there with your mouth open going, what am I witnessing?
Yeah.
It was almost like I left my body and was watching it from some other level or something. They literally, and I'm not exaggerating here, I think everyone who saw them at Dead of Winter, I'm not sure what year it was they played. Do you remember?
2019.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it would have been 2019.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think the apocalypse sort of erased our memories.
Yes, everything's changed so much since then. But yeah, no, it was dead of winter the first time I ever saw them, and I'm hugely grateful to Carolyn and Christian and everyone that puts on Dead of Winter that brought Kaosis over here to blow our minds. And I looked around me, and everyone that was watching was in the same stance as me, just standing there gobsmacked going, what is happening? Because they not only put on an amazing show musically, but the light show and the visual side of things is next level. Like, it's just ridiculous in a good way.
They're a fun party band. They're kind of they're hard to pin down. They're like metal, but then they've got like these rave elements to them too, and they've got all this electronic stuff. They got the lights. It's definitely a full experience that you have to actually see them to believe it. And it's always different every time.
There is like, I think they call it they say stuff about dub and then metal and then bass, and like their genre is definitely, I'm just trying to move this because that light is bugging me. But then I'm like, if I move it there, then I chop the whole top of my head off. And it's just,
it says,
I don't know what I'm doing.
Just roll with it.
Yeah. And I'm all clean skinned tonight too. I was like, do I put on a face because it's a Zoom podcast? I'm not just like, not podcast, a Zoom interview. And I'm like, no, you get the au naturel. This is me being exhausted.
Oh, mate, you look fine. Don't worry about it.
Because I'm trying to put on a festival and juggle being a mum and working full time and all that epic, crazy stuff that I do. Anyway, enough about me. Back to Kaosis. Amazing, and yes, they are going to, anyone who hasn't seen them, I am sure will feel just like we did the first time we saw them. So I'm very excited, and they were supposed to come last year. Obviously COVID messed that up for us, so they're definitely coming this year. It's happening.
No,
it's very soon.
It's very, very soon. What's the day today? The 23rd. So I'm looking at my little calendar here. It's like next week.
Yes, I'm not stressed. I'm completely calm.
Well, I mean, looking at it, you've also got Ben Eli from Regurgitator doing Spectres of Light. I'm a massive Gurge fan and have been since 1996. Little Nev with his long hair. Little Nev.
90s Nev.
Yeah, I've still got a photo somewhere with him from Livid, and I was so starstruck.
Was that Livid 97?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they played a side stage. I would have been there with you, man, and we didn't know each other then.
Weird, right?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. No, I'm thinking of Pangaea. He played with Pangaea at Livid 97. I don't know if he did Gurge 97.
No, I think you're right. I just remember seeing him there, and I was like, whoa, because he's like the best.
Yeah, no, I am just over the moon, a bit still in shock that that not only is he playing, but he's a friend of mine. He walked into the hat shop. I work in a hat shop, for those who don't know. He walked into the hat shop one day, and I was completely starstruck, and I'm standing there going, it's Ben Eli, it's Ben Eli. And my workmate actually went to high school with him. So she said to me, oh, are you all excited to meet Ben? I'll introduce you. And I was like, shut up. Like, just shut up, but also don't. So she introduced me and we started chatting, and he is just the most down-to-earth, loveliest guy. So chill, so cool, so lovely. And then I just keep seeing him around the city because he actually works in Rocking Horse now. So yeah, he's there 2 days a week. So I don't know if it's supposed to be common knowledge. Everyone's going to be heading into Rocking Horse.
We need to get him some glasses and a fake mustache.
Yes.
Now?
Yeah. Well, he often wears a mask still because, we're all still being cautious. So you might not know it's him if you walk in.
Well, I'll know because I'll know him by his height.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Rocking Horse is around the corner from my shop. So we bump into each other a lot. And so that's how we sort of started talking. We often go to the same place for a coffee and a chai in the mornings before work. So we just kept bumping into each other. And then I got to interview him a little while back, and I told him about MoonDoll Festival, and I sort of half jokingly said, I'd love you to play it one year. And he's like, yeah, okay. And I was like, what? Really? And he's like, yeah, I'd love to play. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So here we are. He's on the bill, and he's playing with his band, the Spectres of Light. So it's definitely more chill than Regurgitator and Pangea vibes.
Yes.
But if you've followed Ben Eli and what he's done over the years, he loves so many different genres of music like myself. And he's played in all sorts of bands, a bit like what's his name? I'm having a blank. Mike Patton, anything he does. Yeah, he can do all different things and lend his talent to different genres and different vibes. So yeah, you can check out his latest album. It's on Spotify and everything. And
I had a listen. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. Get yourself a copy on vinyl too. He's got it on vinyl.
I need it on vinyl. I do need.
Me too.
You know what I've been seeing on vinyl that I'm like, really is 2 playing. That reissue of 2 playing. I'm like,
yes,
I get it, eh?
Yes, I want it too. I'm a huge Gurge fan as well. So yeah, Kaosis and Ben Eli, 2 of the biggest, most wonderful headliners I could have possibly hoped for. So I haven't put out set times yet, but I think it's pretty obvious who's headlining what stage. So Kaosis will be on the Heavy Mag stage, the Rock Arena stage, and Ben will be headlining the Good Call Live Garden Room stage, because his vibes are definitely going to fit that stage, and Kaosis are definitely going to fit the heavy stage. So,
but I mean, you've got such a great mix of punk and alternative and metal, and there's in regards to the alternative stuff, we've got some really amazing alt bands at the moment. Like you've got Silencio, you've got Violet. I mean, I can't name them all, but I mean, you definitely, obviously you've booked these bands for the festival because you love something about each and every one of them.
Absolutely. I'm very particular about who I book for my shows, and I've been like that since I started doing even smaller shows. But for this one especially, I had a lot of interest, which was really, really lovely. People are starting to know what I do, and they're interested in being a part of my shows, which is a really, really wonderful thing, and very lovely. And it makes me feel very warm inside and very happy. So yeah, but it's hard to pick when you get a lot of people reaching out and keen to be a part of, and if I had the budget to do 5 stages or something, I would, and I'd book almost all of them. Like there's not many of them that have reached out that I thought would not be amazing for something like this. But because I do only have 2 stages, and I have to, keep the very cream of the crop on there, so to speak. So yeah, bands like the Silencio, I heard about them years ago, and being completely honest, I heard about them in passing somewhere and didn't really follow up looking into them, and I wish I had. The Silencio are like, I know frontman he's a big fan of Silverchair.
Yes.
So if you listen to some Silencio tracks, there's definitely some grungy Silverchair vibes in there, and even some of Daniel's later stuff, like the more, how would you word that? Where he got more creative with things and went a little bit less rock and a little bit more experimental. And there's elements of that in the Silencio's music, which, being a big Silverchair fan, there's a picture of him behind me. I don't know if you can see it in a frame.
Oh, yeah.
Right up the top next to my Emily Strange thing. Yeah, so I'm a huge Silverchair fan. Daniel Johns is absolutely amazing. So yeah, the Silencio appealed to me because I heard elements of that in their music. That was the initial thing that appealed to me about them. But then they're just really, really lovely people, like the loveliest people. Yeah. They played last year, and as soon as I started dealing with them, it was just so lovely. And I thought, well, this is a band I want to work with again, because not only are they brilliant musicians and they have elements of other bands and music that I love, but also they are wholeheartedly some of the nicest guys out there.
It's true.
In alternative rock. Yeah.
I know the bass.
Yeah, and then who else?
Pretty well.
You do?
Yeah. Jared,
yes. I was like thinking which one's which. Yep. Cool.
He's Snake Mountain bass player as well. We
wait.
Yeah. So
No.
Jared's my right-hand man. Yeah, in Staying Mountain.
Oh, shut up. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God, I'm sorry. How bad of
We
me.
share custody of Jared.
Oh, well, that's so cool. I
Yeah.
did not realize that. I do apologize.
No, it's fine. But we usually, I'll go to his shows. I'll come to, we've got. It's cool.
Support.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Brothers in
love seeing.
arms.
Absolutely, I love seeing him up there with those boys. It's awesome.
It's a whole different vibe, the two different bands he's in.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the death metals, and he's got the alt stuff. It's cool. But yeah, I mean, you've even got like talking about the metal stuff. You got Frankenbok, Adriatic. Man,
yes.
the Bok.
Yes. The Bok, everyone's excited about the Bok. I saw them recently in Melbourne, I think when I went on a little mini tour with Piston Fist. And what was the show we played? Was it Killfest? Did they play Killfest? My brain, I'm so tired.
Yeah,
I think it was.
You're on it. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99.99% sure.
Yes, sweet. I should have written some things down because I know I'm very tired. But yeah, Frankenbok played there and they were amazing, and it was really, really good to see them. And I think I'd already booked them. I had, because they were supposed to play last year as well. But I hadn't seen them live for a really long time, and I was really excited when I did see them. I'm like, I've made the right choice here. They had the whole room going, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're Aussie legends.
Yeah.
Aussie
if you know
metal legends.
That's right. Yeah. And I'm going to rewind a bit because you mentioned Violet. Now, I discovered Violet because another thing I do, for those watching at home that might not know, is the Good Call Live. We do our weekly gig guide, which is epically, painfully long to put together every week. It's insane, but that's another story. But this band kept popping up on the gig guide every week called Violet. And being a big Courtney Love and Hole fan, I kept looking at the name and thinking, I wonder if they've named their band after the song Violet by Hole. And I kept looking at it, and they didn't have socials to start with, or I couldn't find them or something. And I found them eventually, and I looked them up. And of course, there's this front woman there that looks a little bit like Courtney mixed with Kurt. She's got the short blonde hair, and she had a cardigan on, and I was like, oh God, it's like all my grunge dreams come true. She looks amazing, and I'm like, I wonder what they sound like. And then I tuned in. I found some really raw live footage and tuned into that, and I was like, yep, they're grungy. This is my heart. And I bet you they are named after the whole song. Which I still don't actually know. I'm sure I've asked Kat, and I think she said it was loosely, but not specifically, or I don't know, maybe it is. We'll have to talk to Kat about that.
Absolutely.
But they are amazing, and they are very grungy, and anyone who knows me knows that as much as I love all music, grunge is my heart. So I'm really excited to have Violet back.
You're a 90s kid like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Absolutely.
Well, you're wearing your Grohl shirt. You're a Grohl. You're a Grohl fan.
Yeah.
A Grohl. What would you call a Grohl fan? I mean.
That's a good question.
There's got to be some kind of nickname for Dave Grohl fans.
I
don't know.
Like a Grohl addict, but
I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know. It's terrible. It's Monday night and I'm just getting all the worst puns I can out of it.
It's good. It's like you have Grohlisms or something.
Grohlisms.
Grohlisms. I just hashtag Grohl is God all the time. That's one of my. He is.
How good was Dream Widow?
Yeah, just that blew my mind. That was
so good.
Yeah, got a little sneak peek into that through Sony Music, which was really cool. Were you there? You were there.
What's that?
When we did the Zoom thing with everyone. I can't remember if you were there.
No.
When we listened to.
No,
okay.
I couldn't do it. I was really bummed. But I got the album sent to me, and
hell yes,
I loved it. It's the best.
Yeah. Super, super cool. Yeah. There's nothing that Dave can't do. I can talk about Dave forever. This just now from now on, we're just going to talk Dave because I could do that.
Let's do it. I would absolutely love to see him get out there and do a tour of all just his metal shit, like Probots and like all the
his metal cover of Lisa Loeb's Stay.
Yeah. Imagine
Have you seen that?
Stuff. Yeah, it's the greatest. Because I really love when Grohl indulges in the metal Grohl.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. It's very cool. He does it well too. So I really hope he does get back to playing again. He's still obviously quite heartbroken. I haven't actually worn this shirt since we lost Taylor because Taylor's up here on my boob. So, we've all been struggling with that. And Dave, more than anyone, I would imagine. Well, you know,
it's going
Taylor's family. But
I think it's going to take him a while, sadly. You know.
Yeah. But hopefully he's touring again. And you know, who knows? Think big. Maybe one day he'll play MoonDoll.
Man, I tell you what, if I was going to put on a festival, I would absolutely be like, Dave, just come down and play all the metal shit that you can. Like just you and your mates. I want to hear all the Probot, all the Dream, all that stuff would be so sick. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. You got to think positive, and that's what I've been having a bit of a down day, to be honest, because I'm only human. But I've had a lot of people saying, you know, just stay positive, find that positive self again, Shan, and you'll be good. So, you know, thinking about things like having Dave play on my bill, that's a pretty positive thing to think about.
You know what you got to do? You got to put it on the wall.
Yeah.
On the fridge.
Yeah, I got room up here. I can do it.
Okay. I don't know how deep down that rabbit hole you go, but I'm a true believer in, you know, manifesting those things. You write it down on a bit of paper and you put it on the fridge or you put it in your pillow.
Yep.
My wife thinks I'm weird. But hey man, it works. It works.
No, I
swear by it.
That's cool. It's the power of the word. Oh, my dog is going crazy because Jimmy just got home. So she's doing the scat on the tiles on the floor. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. That's my dog.
Can you hear mine? My Labradoodle who ate my dinner tonight. Little shit.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she's naughty. Hey, she knew she was in trouble. She ate my bread rolls. But she can usually hear dogs through the thing.
Yeah.
And you know, they just start barking. You're like, what are you trying to tell me? What's the thing? What are you so excited? Timmy's stuck in the well. What?
Yes, I was just gonna say.
What are you trying to? Or you just barking because you know there's a dog outside. You know.
Yes.
Anyway, back to Moon.
Anyway, speaking about Foo Fighters before we go off topic, I'm just going to show you my pajama pants if you can see them. They're Foo Fighters.
That's so sick.
Pajama pants.
That is so good.
Because normally you just hide the bottom half. And no, I'm not wearing pajamas doing this interview, not at all. But hey, we're talking about Dave, and I have Foo Fighters pajama pants that I got from Cotton On, and I'm really excited. But they actually, all the money goes to a charity, I believe, for cancer, or I had the flyer here because I only got them recently. But yeah, if you go to the Cotton On website, Sony Music and Foo Fighters, Amy Shark / and someone else, they've all collaborated to put out this pajama range that is really comfy, and money goes to a good cause. So check it out.
And that's like self-titled prints by the looks of it.
Yeah. Well, this is like, I got a matching shirt, but it's in the wash. So, but otherwise I would have had it on because it just looks like a band shirt, but it's like an oversized pajama shirt. And they've done them Amy Shark / Fooey's, and I feel like maybe someone else. And yeah, they've got really cool prints.
I want to.
Well.
Have they got color in the shape pants?
No,
I just wear them every day.
I wish they did. Yeah, no.
I recently got that on vinyl, and like it's the greatest. It's that time of my life, that's that real, you know. 90 was it Color in the Shape 98 Festival Hall in Brisbane?
Yeah, right. I wasn't there. I'm jealous.
Hey, that was I long story short, I had the chance to meet Dave Grohl twice that day and missed him both times. I've got this whole whole thing throughout my life where I've been in places where Dave has been and missed him by like 5 minutes. Yeah, every single time. It's been
That is
insane.
literally heartbreaking to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was, when he went to court for running the moped? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Southport at the courthouse. And I missed him because I was working in Southport. People were like, Dave was here. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
He still tells that story too, hey?
So good.
Yeah. I was joking when I said, let's just talk about Dave for the rest of the interview, but we kind of are now.
I know. It's just keep going. See, this is what happens. All right, let's reel it back in. Let's
yes. Back to here we go. Woo!
Yeah. Did it? But of course, I mean, you touched up before about you as a writer, the Colourful Writer, as a journalist, and you've done many interviews as well. You've even interviewed the metal god himself, Rob Halford, didn't you?
No.
You didn't? I thought you did.
No, not that I recall.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I did. No, that's all right. I've interviewed some big names, and do you know what? Even I've forgotten who I've chatted to be honest. It's terrible. Some of them, like I've chatted to, now I'm going to blank on his name. One of my very first interviews was, oh my God, now I'm blanking completely. Stacey. No, not Stacey. Oh my God. See, now I'm just really embarrassing
This is what
myself.
happens on a Monday. It's
the bass player.
Night.
Yeah, the bass player from Skid Row. Thanks, Jimmy. What's his name? The bass player from Skid Row. He's got a feminine name. I thought it was Stacey. Well, not a feminine name, a unisex name. Jimmy's talking to me now.
Now
you might as well come over and say hello.
Hey, Bruddy, yeah.
Come and say hello to Nev.
And Zoom's telling me that we're running out of time. Stupid Zoom.
Oh no! Do we have to stick to a time?
Yeah, it's give me 10 minutes. Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good now. How you doing?
Good. We're talking all things MoonDoll at the Mansfield Tavern, June 4.
It's going to be a good day out. That's for sure.
It is. Are you going to be there?
I'll be there for many hours.
Yeah.
Making sure everything is going.
Jimmy actually works at the Mansfield Tavern, for those who don't know. So he will be working on the day. He is one of the managers there. So he'll be making sure
up.
Yeah, he'll be making sure things are running smoothly. So
keeping us hydrated.
Keeping everyone hydrated. That's
oh my God, I think it's Rachel Boland. Is that his name?
That's it, Rachel Boland.
Rochelle Boland. Yes.
That's it, Rachel.
He was one of my first interviews.
There you go.
From Skid Row.
I don't know how I did the same thing. I should have known.
That was cool. But I think one of the big amazing moments was when I got to interview Danita Sparks from L7.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and Mark from Lamb of God. That was cool.
Yeah, that would be my big moment. But yeah,
he was excited when I was interviewing him. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But yeah, there's been some solid. I've been very, very, very fortunate, and you too. You've interviewed some amazing people.
Yeah, it's been one hell of a ride. That's for sure.
Yeah. I remember you and I talking briefly years ago at a dead of winter, actually, and I don't think either of us, I think we'd done some stuff, but not as much as what we've done now. We've both come a long way.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
Yeah.
It's been a good time.
Yeah.
And, this is the first time we're doing the Zoom and chatting about things. This is cool.
Yes.
That's good. I will go now.
Do you want to go? Yeah, you've just got home. You've just got home. All right, we'll let him go. We'll focus.
See you, buddy.
We'll focus back on this. So I've branched off from interviewing and stuff, and I've found a real passion for doing this and putting on events. It's something that I'm really, really enjoying. It's a lot of hard work, though. It's not a walk in the park.
No, definitely not, especially with everything that's been going on and trying to.
Yeah.
With bands starting to get, how are you feeling about it now? You getting excited though? It's only, it's so close.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the other elements of it too. Like the live music is a huge part of it, and that's what it started as. But this year I've got a fashion show. So a friend of mine, Marto, has a label called Spunk Hide, which is absolutely amazing. And it's just like, to me, fashion and music, you know, you can put it all hand in hand, you know, and art and anything creative can all go together, and people are often very like-minded. So Marto is just going to be amazing. She has a fashion show with her amazing creations on display, and then I've got some art displays as well. So a lot of brilliant local artists will have their artwork up for sale and on display. So in between bands, when you're just, you know, chilling for a bit, you can check out some art. You can go and watch the fashion show, which will be on during a changeover near the main stage. I've got roaming performers, which is really exciting. So we've got people with like big LED hula hoops and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a feast for the senses, because you've got music, you've got things to look at, you've got art to, you know, admire and look at and understand, and fashion, which is like a whole other thing. And then market stalls as well. So we're supporting local businesses. We've got a really good handful of people coming to sell things that they create and make. And a lot of these people are like have small little family businesses. So I really want to support them as well. So to me, MoonDoll is a showcase of not only music, but art, fashion, small business, you know, performance art, so many elements. And I just want to do more all the time, but, you know, I have to keep it within some sort of.
I love it. I do. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that it's, you know, it's all your personality rolled into one. It's awesome. And you got Fee there, buddy Fee.
Oh, yes, I'm wearing one of her
pink
pieces.
Crystals.
Yeah. Fee is my rock. She really is, pardon the pun, but it's true. Anyone who knows Fee knows what an amazing human she is. I know you and her are good friends. Yeah, Fee is she's the one I go to when things go wrong, when I'm planning things for MoonDoll. She's the one I go to when things go right, when I'm planning things for MoonDoll. I message her about exciting things. I message her in tears. She's always there for me. So incredible. I couldn't do it without Fee. And she'll have her beautiful crystals there. They're all just gorgeous creations. So she'll be selling those at MoonDoll.
Hey, shout out to Fee, if she watches this. Shout out to Fee if you're there or somewhere out there in Radio Land. I don't know, but we love you, mate. You're awesome.
Yeah.
But you know, there's heaps more on the way for MoonDoll, and we can't wait to see you June 4, Mansfield Tavern. Let's go. We'll have all the links down here, mate. Thanks for hanging out on the show, mate.
Thank you so much. It's been really lovely. I could chat to you for hours, though. I'm sure of it.
I could too, but Zoom,
it feels too brief. But you know, we don't want to bore people.
No, we just go forever. But Zoom does this thing where they put this little timer up here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm pointing at it. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, it says remaining meeting time. We got like 3 minutes or something.
You can see it. I hate it. Hey man, let me have my time back so we can just talk till 2 o'clock in the morning about Dave Grohl and his moped adventures. You know,
amazing. I could talk about 90s music and Dave and all sorts of other things. Yeah, no, it's been absolutely lovely, and I'd like to interview you sometime. We'll have to switch it around.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Have you been interviewed before?
A couple of times, but I'm I tend to go back into interview mode. I was on Andy Dowling's podcast, and it was weird. It was like we were just interviewing each other. We couldn't stop doing the interview thing. It was weird. It was good times though. So I don't know.
I get it because I struggle too. I'm used to being the interviewer and not the interviewee. I've had a few now though, but I still want to ask you questions. And you know who else does that? Dave Grohl. Have you seen him interview? He does the same thing. It's like a interview back and forth. I've seen him do that with a few people. It's really cool.
Oh man. Hey, but I had a good time. We'll have to do this again for sure.
Yes, 100,000,000%. And I hope I'm going to see you at MoonDoll.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yes, let's do it. Everyone should buy some tickets. Do it now. I'm not sure when this is going to air. There is a competition going on at the moment, but they might miss out because it only goes till tomorrow. So, yeah, that's all right though. It doesn't matter because even without the competition, you get all of this. Woo! and you can't probably see it.
Look at that.
But
that's all right.
Oh yeah, and I've got to mention quickly before we run out of time. My sponsor this year is Berserk. So anyone who knows Berserk, they are one of the biggest and best alternative online clothing companies. They are super cool. So I was really, really excited when they reached out to me and said, we'd like to be a part of MoonDoll Festival. And I was like, let me think about that. Yes,
That's
please.
so
And thank you. Yeah.
Right.
So, and Heavy, of course, Chris Peters, huge shout out to him as well. So we've got them on board helping out.
Mate, what a legend. Legend. All legends. You are a legend. I'm waiting for it to go to the 10-second mark so we can do a countdown before it just goes blackout.
Yeah. Oh my God, quick. Any last minute wishes?
Now if you notice now that we're the time, we're like staring at the clock that it slows down.
Yeah. Everyone's like watching our eyes just stare at the time. Oh my God. No, I think I've covered everything. I mean, I want to talk about all the other bands, but now we've got a minute or less than a minute.
I know. Let's go. Let's see if.
Okay.
No, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you the countdown now. It just says you've got less than a minute, and then it just cuts us off.
It's going to cut us off. Well, thank you again.
That's all right. I'm disappointed we didn't get that countdown, but yes, mate. Absolutely right back at you. You're absolute legend. And thank you so much for what you do for the scene. And we will see you June 4, Mansfield, MoonDoll. Let's go.
Let's go.
Cool.
Thanks,
see you, man. Have a good night.